Lottie.
And I'm Mark.
And this is
Showtime Shenanigans.
Oh yeah. I think that was the most normal. I think that was the most normal one we've done.
Yeah.
Normally we just do all the notes. Showtime Shenanigans.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Wouldn't be the same without it.
No.
How are you, darling?
Hello. I'm good, actually.
It's because we were doing the warm-up thing. Benedict Cumberbatch and I feel really posh.
No,
How
I'm
are
good.
you, darling?
I'm so good, darling. I've had a great week.
Have you now?
Well, you
You haven't really done much.
No. It's been a bit spit spot, but apart from
Spit
that,
spot. Spit spot.
been a bit quick.
To be a bit patchy.
Well, spit spot is like quick, isn't it? Like quick sticks.
I don't know.
It's been a bit of a
They
quick
say
week.
it
It's
very
just kind of
often.
flown
She's like,
by.
spit spot. Oh yeah.
Spit spot.
It's flown by, and you haven't done anything.
No.
Brilliant.
It's been
Well,
a shite week. How's your week been?
pretty average. Mark's drinking through a straw now. Look at him go.
Bougie.
I haven't really done much either. Oh, I was working. Wait. Well, I had.
You had your last shift at Tesco.
Woo! I had 2 days off at the beginning of the week. 1 shift at Tesco and then 2 shifts at the pub. So like, it's been a bit
Bit of a manic
patchy.
one.
Yeah, it's a bit random, but yeah, it's been all right.
Terrific. I'm so glad.
I got a new job. Yeah.
You got a new car.
I did get a new car. It's not up and running yet, but I have got a new car. I'm so excited. It's a Golf, and it's like a dark bluey green.
I haven't seen her yet.
No, I meant to take a picture this morning. I forgot. Woo!
Okay, Queen.
I was like, woo! Oh.
So, Lottie, have you got news?
I have got news.
Great.
Okay, so there's a dog.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so first things first. Oh, well, that is a big dog.
Whoa. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, mate?
Oh.
Okay.
Are you okay? Hello. Oh. Bye.
Oscar, sorry.
It's
don't worry.
alright.
What are you doing? Wait, have you got food for him?
We really don't, unfortunately. Oh, that was so big. He was like a bear. Oh, he's like
That's
all
staying
the
in
colours.
what I love is this stays in the podcast. This is like high colour.
This is quality content. He was like all the colours. He was brown and then he had like spotty,
Probably
white
like,
and black
if
spotty
you're
legs.
watching, you probably just saw him like go around the back of the table.
Wow, that was
You're a
awesome.
mammoth.
He was great. Anyway, so news of the week. First things first, theatres are opening. Ladies and gentlemen, theatres are potentially opening. I mean, we briefly said it last week with Georgina because I was like, 6 is opening. She was like, yeah, I know. And yeah, but I've got dates. Georgina. Sorry, we need to stop fangirling on that. That bird!
Hello.
This is why we filmed inside last week. We were like, we're not having any distractions.
Honestly, from filming outside last week to filming outside this week, the comparison of like,
it's a bit of a contrast.
my brain is just like overwhelmed already.
Yeah. Whereas inside we were like focusing on one thing, and she wasn't. Those helicopters were flying, but like we were like focused. Whereas
That was
today
such
it's like
good
everything going on.
But also, we hope you enjoyed last week's podcast.
Yeah, I
We
hope
know
you
we did.
enjoyed. We really enjoyed filming it. It was great.
Yeah.
She was lovely. Anyway, moving on. So, first things first, there is an NHS play
Ooh.
they said it's free. I think they mean it's free for NHS staff only, but public can go see it. Other people can see it, but they have to pay. I think that's what it means.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. It might just be for NHS. I'm not sure. But that's opening. I think that's at the Apollo, which is why Jamie's not opening sooner. I'm not sure. But it's called This Is Going to Hurt, and it was written by ex-NHS doctor Adam Kay.
This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
I knew you were going to do that. Go with Gabby Hanna. She's got music coming out. Oh no, it will have come out by the time this is out.
Yeah.
Woo!
And Lucy Joe's album.
And Lucy Jones' album! But we'll talk about that next episode, because technically it hasn't come out yet for us filming.
We'll be in Bath when we film
We
that.
will be in Babadaboo.
In
We will
DVD.
be in Bath. Yeah, it's called This Is Gonna Hurt by Adam Kay. Comes out, I'm assuming at the Apollo, I'm not 100% sure, on the 22nd of October.
We should try see that.
And I think it's for like 2 weeks.
We might be working it.
Oh, cheeky.
Another one.
We're
Really.
applying for all the jobs, guys. Anything going. We're just
Any front of
come
house job
at
back in
us.
London, we're like, please take us,
Please take us back. It doesn't even need to be DMT at this point. It could be Lloyd Webber, it could be NIMAX. Well, NIMAX is looking
AGT, I'll take you all.
ATG or AGT? Ambassador Theatre Group, ATG. I always get it wrong. They rejected me like twice.
extra shit.
Once for front of house, and once I think for like
Box office.
stuff.
You applied to work at
They just were like, no.
Piccadilly, didn't you? And they were like, no.
The Piccadilly Theatre. Yeah, because it was like hours that worked with the front of house in the evening, so I could have done box office for a few hours at there, walked round the corner to the Sundown,
No.
and done the evenings. No, because it wouldn't have been that long, because I think it was from like
No, I know.
12.
It would be fine, yeah.
Oh, so convenient, but annoyingly wasn't working in my favour. They don't like me. One day,
AGT, they won't have you.
I will come to you
I will break
one day
you.
and I will smash it out the park.
Brilliant.
It's not that I even got to interview. They just emailed like, no, sorry, we don't want you. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, our next guest just messaged.
What
Well, he
it
liked
say?
a message. It's a he, potentially. He just liked the message.
I mean,
So-
now if it doesn't happen, we've now got to find another male guest to replace him.
It's fine. Next, we've got Jamie. Everybody's talking about Jamie. He's reopening at the Apollo on the 12th of November.
Yes.
So get your tickets.
Yes.
Next, these are all NIMAX theatres.
Oh yeah, basically, NIMAX are basically opening most of their theatres.
Okay. What? No,
I'm going
we'll
to
sort
read
it
it.
out later. What are you doing? Give me my phone back.
I'm not.
I'll do that in a minute when you're doing your thing. Next, we have 6 coming to the Lyric
Why?
until the 31st of January, I think it is. And it
Okay.
reopens on the 14th of November, although I think that date is sold out. I think the first date is
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Everyone's like, yes, theatre. So you can't book for the 14th, so maybe the 15th? Because it's a it starts on a Saturday, the 14th.
It starts on a yes, because
And
they
then
have no. It starts on a Sunday because they're Monday off.
Oh, I don't know, but whatever. I think it's
Mess.
selling out very fast. It's because it's 6, but also
And
just
also
'cause
because limited
theatre.
availability as well
Because of social
distancing.
distancing, it's like selling out. And also you've got I don't know
It's
when
a sellout.
I don't know when it is, but 6 with the tour cast is opening in Salford at another Lyric theatre or something.
Yeah.
I don't actually know where that is, but that's where the tour cast is going to be. So get your tickets for that as well if you live nearer to that. I'm not 100%. Is it up north? I don't know. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little thing. That I learnt.
Okay.
'Cause for any theatre nerds out there, that's like more. It's a bit like advanced. I don't know
Oh,
if you
so
get
like
it.
me.
No,
Oh.
definitely not
Bitch.
like you, love. I'm joking. So there's a word that I learnt from
Oh,
darling,
no.
darling dearest. Getting all the notifications. Catherine Steele, who I know you don't watch, but
Yeah.
I do, because
I just have
I really
emotions about her.
yeah,
Not in a bad way. She just.
her content's not as much what you're interested in, even though it is theatre. It's more like she does more like talk about technical stuff, doesn't she? Almost.
It's that, and also she just annoys me.
She's American. Her
She's
voice
so
sometimes,
American.
She is very.
It's not. Well, I don't, also, like
Her
Americans
voice is
don't.
very
Americans don't
American.
annoy me. It's just she just does. I don't know why.
I'm
Like,
sure she's
sometimes
lovely.
I'll watch some of her content if it really, really interests me.
I liked her one that she did
But it has to really interest
maybe
me.
almost a year ago, talking about Broadway's, like, because about Beetlejuice closing. So she did like a whole video on like how much money Broadway made last year, and I was like, how do you know this? Oh my god, it was like insane. It was so good though. But anyway, so there was a word that she used, and I was like, what the hell does that mean? And then she explained what it was.
Fabulous.
But I found like a real definition. It's an ingenue. It's spelled I-N-G, E with an accent going like forwards, N-U-E. And she says ingenue, but I don't know if because she's American saying a French word. I don't know.
Ingenue?
Because it's spelled with an I, so, but ingenue? I don't know.
Ingenue sounds right.
Yeah, it's not going to be ingenue, is it? You never know. The Americans pronounce things weird, and it's a French word, so who even
Ingenue
knows?
sounds like French though, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than ingenue sounds.
Ingenue sounds
just
like
sounds
thick.
like yeah.
But you never know. So it means a stock character in literature, film, and a role type in the theatre, generally a girl or young woman who is endearingly innocent. For example, Cosette or Christine Daae from Phantom. So basically, she did a video about why everyone hates Cosette, and then she did another one about why everyone hates Christine, and she was kind of like
People
justifying.
hate Christine.
Yeah, because she's like basic, and she just is like Phantom, and then she's like Phantom, and weird. She's a weird character. So, and like with Cosette, they're just...
And Cosette's wet, I get that.
No, Marius is wet. Cosette is not a wet character. Marius is wet. Okay, this is the thing. This is what she's talking about in the video. like, Cosette hasn't done anything. She didn't really do anything.
She's been through a lot of trauma, to be fair.
People are always like, oh, Cosette just, swooped in, got the man, la la la. But, like, she lived with... Her mother died when she was, like, 4. She lived with the Thénardiers, who basically treated her as a slave for a year or so, or 2, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Actually, was it quite early on, like, since birth? Because Fantine, when she was alive, was, like, making money for her. Yeah. So she, like, lived with the Thénardiers. This random guy was like, hey, I'm having you now, child. And, like, took her away from that, where, I mean, she probably hated it, I'm assuming, but, like, at least she knew what was going on. She kind of was comfortable in a way of, like, just knowing where she was. I don't know, whatever. So this random guy takes her and just gives her the life that she was like, oh, I get toys? Like, I get nice clothes? But, like, I don't think she was spoiled or anything. Like, people forget the trauma she went through in order to get where she was with Jean Valjean when she's an adult. Well, adult, like 16. And then, she captures the eye of the guy. They fall in love. I mean, yes, Marius should have been with Eponine, but that's a whole other story. People are like,
double death in the barricade. Oh.
Literally. Oh my god, imagine.
Oh, Marius never dies.
Marius doesn't die, no.
He should.
Almost. But, like, yes, I do think Eponine should have been with Marius. It would have been cute. But...
Because that should go with Andras.
Then it wouldn't be as a dramatic story, would it? Because you wouldn't have her pining after him and him being in love with someone else. What's the fun in that? It's called Les Mis, not, like, Les Mis almost. You know? I don't know. But anyway, I just thought that was a fun word, because I'd not heard it. Ingenue. Yeah. No. I'd never heard it, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Sexy.
So if anyone knew that word and can maybe explain it a bit better than I have, feel free. But I just got, like, a definition I found that kind of made sense on the webs.
That makes sense.
Do you want to do our segments?
Let's do our segmentays.
Whilst we're here. Key change of the week.
Yeah.
Is Candy Store. And I can't think where it is. Hang on.
What?
Is it there? Is that where it goes up?
Candy store.
So when Heather Chandler yeets Duke out the way and
basically
goes, step into my candy store. Unless you're Jodie Steele, and then you just go up the entire range that she's got. But yeah, that big note, it moves up, and the bit of chorus that's after that is a different key to the rest of it. It's a pretty good one. It's pretty epic.
Banging.
You do your fact. I'm gonna check this quickly.
Honestly, this like you put Sandy Store instead of Candy Store. Is that right?
Sandy Store.
Yeah. So, fun fact for ye, that Jesus, 66% of the audience of Broadway is female, which is just a fun little fact. Lottie, when when I gave Lottie this fact, she was like shook to the core because Lottie was like, there must be like more than that, but like
I thought it would be a lot more for some reason.
That's like pretty, not even at all. That's
it's
like 10% in there, but like it's still like pretty even.
It's 16% over being even, but that's a lot.
But like
less than I
what
thought.
I'm thinking, it's like the gays and then the dads that have to get dragged along.
The gays that are the theatre kids, so they're a boy, and then the dads that have to take their kid.
And the siblings that have to like get dragged along.
Yeah, probably. That probably makes up quite a lot of it.
And the 1% of guys that actually want to see musicals.
The 1%. Oh, do you know what though?
Straight guys.
It was always really nice when you see a couple. Like when we worked at the theatre.
And the guy wants to be there, and not so much the woman. The guy
was good.
So excited.
That was good.
Like, yeah.
Like straight couple.
Yeah.
That was good, but also just like where this man and this woman would come along. They'd be like, hello, we are here to see a show. They'd like dressed up nice. They'd gone for a dinner before. They got their little glass of Prosecco.
What a day.
Eh?
That gal that made her own dress. And the slit came up to like the high heavens.
Oh my god, I remember. That was a good dress. She made her own dress. It was pretty epic.
It was a pretty cute dress. Just the slit was beyond high.
Thing. She had like an umbrella. The tiny little umbrella thing. I don't know what.
Some people came like dressed up.
People do.
It's
the
theatre. Like dressed up, like dressed up.
It is the theatre. You do. But well, traditionally, yeah. But it is always nice when someone does. So, like a couple just come and they dress up and they're like really nice. Not just straight couples. I mean, any couples that come nicely dressed up.
Yeah,
but it's really nice when you see like a straight couple, man and woman, both excited to be there, both like, yes, we've come to see the theatre, see a show at the theatre. we've like gone out, this is my evening, this is like my Saturday night, like yes. It's just always really nice to see, like, because often with straight couples, if the girl likes the theatre, the boy's like, I like football, I don't want to be here, you know. Whereas if it's like a gay couple or like a lesbian couple, they're more likely to both
want to be there
because it's sort of not being stereotypical, but being stereotypical. Yeah, but it's just like nice to be like, see just people dressing up to the theatre.
Yeah.
It's always nice to see.
It's cute. I love it.
But yeah, I thought it would be a lot more women, actually. So that's pretty cool. Stress and Dress is mine.
Oh yes,
So,
it is.
One time, I was in the Grand Circle.
Fun of house stories with Mark Halty.
Woo! We will do an episode at some point. We're going to tell them all. We might have more.
Oh, we have so many more.
Oof. No, I mean like we might have more
Oh,
if
I
we go
can-
back. Oh, I'm so excited. Theatre
Also,
used to
if we
come
go back to like them two shows specifically, the most trashy theatre people that have ever existed. Because think about the two shows.
Yeah, that would be
Trashy,
a lot.
trashy sins.
We're not saying what's happening yet, but we've applied for some stuff. We've applied
for a
for
front
some
house
jobs.
job.
Like, yeah. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we'll go there
If we
or
get
not.
it, if we don't, if we do, we don't.
But like the specific shows that are at the theatres that we've applied to the company, you know, because we haven't applied for.
Also, it might not be with IMAX. Some theatres might also be like, well, like Andrew's hiring for some of his shows.
I didn't say NIMAX. You just gave it away.
Well, IMAX. When I was just saying specifically, IMAX and Andrew are hiring for their new
Oh,
shows.
I see. Yes,
Because,
but the shows that we're
yeah.
thinking about that are at the theatres that the company we've applied for. Yeah, the fans are like.
Yeah, megas.
You don't just get fans; you get like fans. You know?
You get put on like.
Woo! You know, with like a classic football game from like the 80s where they had that thing on a stick and you like spin it around and it clicks. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like little fans being like, woo! Anyway, right. So, Stress and Dress. I was working in the Grand Circle.
Yes.
It was quite late on in my 3 months at Les Mis. It was quite far on. We had this school group, I think. Maybe like 20, 30 kids. There was like 2 teachers and I was like, oh no.
Oh, was it? Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about now.
So, they were alright.
Dorito Gate.
Oi! They just ruined the story.
Carry
Basically,
on.
there was a kid. No, they were all being kind of loud. In not even like some of them were talking a little bit during the show, and I mean it's a long show, it's Les Mis, but like come on.
I can understand, but shut
But
your
the
face.
teachers need to like be on it, you know. So then they were all being quite loud with their rustly crisps and sweets.
One
and
thing that
all
I was
this.
because when I was in Stenning, we used to go see shows every so often for like the drama course.
Mhm.
Great times.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing the teachers always said, no matter how many times we go, was if you had sweets, if you brought sweets, or if you're going to buy sweets, if they are rustly, make sure you take them out of the bag before the show, or like
Yeah, just,
bottles. And make sure you open it, and then like what you have to do is just untwist again
and
sip,
open
or like
your crisps
open your crisp,
before
take
it
some out of
starts,
the bag.
sort of thing. Yeah, just
Or
like get a napkin
or if you want to bring
from
like
the
if you want to bring crisps, bring like a little Tupperware box, so you like not like.
So it's not a massive bag you're reaching into
Yeah.
and rustling. Yeah. So these kids were kind of being a bit rowdy, not rowdy, that's too much, but like rustling, like because there's
They're
loads
being
of them. and they-
obnoxious.
yeah,
really.
and
They're
they
just being
all had
obnoxious.
stuff.
Yeah.
So at the interval, I obviously had loads of complaints because I was sitting in, so I could hear it all, and it was the most stressful thing because I was like constantly just like up and down the sides of the aisles, which is distracting for people watching the show. I mean, luckily they were kind of quite far at the back, but like I constantly had to get up and go and sort of lean over and just be like, you know, wait, you can't do much when
Yeah.
it's really hard. It's a hard job, guys.
You can't just like flash a torch at them like.
Yeah, because that's
Epilepsy
not allowed.
is not okay.
Epilepsy. Can't flash a torch at people.
Don't knock
They
someone
do it
out
on
by
Broadway and it stressed me out when I first
Was
saw
it?
it. I was like,
Whoa.
we didn't even work in the theatre at that point, but I was like, oh my god. Because it distracted everyone. But anyway, so at the interval I got loads of complaints, so I was like, for God's sake. So I went over to one of the teachers. I think there was a man teacher and a woman teacher. And I went over to the woman and I was like, hi, I've had a lot of complaints about your students being quite loud. Not so much with the talking, it's more like the rustling of whatever they've brought with them. Which is fine because you are allowed it. It's not banned. We've taken away stuff that's banned, so like that's fine, but just could you maybe have a word and keep them quiet? She was like, yeah, sure, because I think I caught her like out at the bar or something, I'm not sure, maybe not, no, I think she was like just coming out of the auditorium and I knew that was her because she had like a lanyard, And she was like, yeah. So she went to the bar and then came back, and I don't really think she said anything. I think she did the classic, like, guys, we need to be a little bit quieter, you know. And I was like, oh, for God's sake. So anyway, Act 2 comes along, and it's just the same, basically. And so then at the end of the show, we had pickup. We were all picking up our stuff, and not our stuff, the rubbish that people leave behind. By the way, can I just say, I know there aren't that many bins and people don't always stand by the doors with bin bags, but like, please take your rubbish, because it like takes so long.
Usually someone does have a bin bag on them at the exit, or if someone opening the fire door for you, just leave it with them and they will have a bin bag
just give it to someone
eventually.
on the door. Like, I'd rather that, and then we can put it all in the bin. But there are bins in the bar. You literally have to walk through basically pretty much all the bars somewhere to
Most of the time
get
you have to
out
walk through a
of the
bar.
theatre. So like,
Or
please
there is a
take your
bin on your way
rubbish.
out.
I know it's our job to pick it up, but it's also really grim, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
It takes so long. You
We
wouldn't even
still have to go
believe.
around and like clean up. Like, we have to like literally like clean up everything anyway.
Yeah, we
so
have to
just
check
doing,
all the
doing
toilets
the
and
extra
all
like
that jazz.
1% will just save everyone.
Please take your rubbish. It's
high.
especially when theatres reopen from COVID. I don't even know if you'll be allowed to bring food, like sweets or anything. I don't even know, because like,
You
we
will,
go-
because obviously it's like
yeah, but front of house might not.
we have to have like grabbers and like gloves and full
Yeah.
hazmat suits.
Hazmat suits to pick up at the end. Anyway, we were doing pickup, and what are you
I
doing?
had an itch.
I
need to
thought you were
eat.
like trying to find a pocket. I was like, Han, there's no
also.
pouch.
I was trying to find a pocket. I missed the pockets.
So yeah, so these kids, like with their teachers, they kind of stayed behind until everyone had sort of gone. I
Yeah,
think just so
that's
they
what
could
you
like
usually
collect
do.
everyone, because there's loos and stuff in the auditorium. So I was like, oh, here's my chance. So I like went to the
Full
guy
on
teacher.
mode.
I did. I went to the guy teacher and I was like, hi, we had a lot of complaints during the first act and second act, like after, I mean, you know, that your kids were being quite loud with sweets and whatever they've brought with them. I did talk to the other teacher over there who was like talking to someone, so, you know, I don't know what, I think she sort of did say, can they quiet down, but it obviously didn't work. And I was just wondering that maybe next time you are coming to a show, beforehand and on the bus and stuff, however you get here, and like at, you know, can you just ask them not to bring certain things with them, or, you know, different kind of ways of having sweets without having to reach into a massive bag, like rustling it the whole time, because I know it's really hard, like, to not rustle it, but like, or maybe suggest different kinds of sweets, like a roll of Rolos or fruit pastels or something rather than a bag, you know, stuff like that. I was saying this stuff. And he was like, yeah, and then he talked to them, he did like talk to all of them, and he was like, guys, you know, you need to be quieter when we come to the theatre, it's you know, there might be loud parts in the show, but you need to quieten down a little. And I think he was doing it like for show for me, really. He didn't seem to like actually care. But then he came up to me like after he said that, and he was like, I just want to point out that you do like actually sell like pots of crisps and stuff like at the bar, so if you don't want people bringing like loud crisps and stuff, maybe you shouldn't sell them on the bar. So then that's like, you know, means that we can, because if you see like things on the bar, you're like, oh, that's okay, that I can bring that as well. And I was like, well, I appreciate you saying that. The crisps that we sell on the bar are in
made
pots.
for a reason.
They're in a pot, not a bag, so it's not that loud. Whereas a giant bag, you know. And then
all the stuff we sell at the bar, for most
little pots of
theatres,
sweets, and like I don't think we sell bag sweets, do we?
we don't. No.
We sell little pots of sweets and nuts and stuff like that, and big
They're all in
tin
tubs.
tub things of crisps, so you don't have the rustling, because it's not the crisps that make that much noise, it's the rustling of the bag, putting your hand in. But yeah, anyway, so he did that, and I was like, great. So I was still holding my pickup bag, obviously, and I was like, do you guys have any rubbish? Because I knew it was going to be an absolute mess. They were in like 4 rows. I was like, do you guys have any rubbish? Just shove it in here. Like, I stood up and went over some seats, just like, you know. Oh my holy moly, you should have seen the amount of like big crisp bags, like full-size Dorito bags and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that is why I said, oh no. I was like, that was the worst show. You were the worst. It was, honestly, I could have cried. I was like, oh. But at least they gave it to me in those rubbish bags, so then we didn't have to do those rows. So, or like just the ends basically. And I was like, oh my god. That was the stress in the dress / grand that week. Oh, honestly, I could have cried.
You should have got Jenny in and be like, yo, can you...
I did tell Jenny, I
whip
think,
their ass?
after. I put it in the show report, so I had to tell Jenny. But, well, there's not much I can do. I told them at the interval. And they
Also,
still
as they come
didn't
into theatre,
change.
Jenny will whoever the duty manager was that shift will be like, yo, your kids need to be quiet.
Yeah, but they say to us that we need to do it first before getting a manager, because if we get a manager straight away, it's a bit like, ooh, don't do that.
No,
Because
but
I
they
did
say it at
speak.
the end.
I
so
should have done it at the end. Yeah.
no,
maybe.
they always say it's like school groups coming to the theatre, they need to be like sectioned off and then be like
Talk
like,
to. Yeah, well, they had to do that to let them in.
exactly. So they tell them then like the ground rules, and then they obviously just
Yeah, that
didn't
was
listen.
didn't like that, but whatever. Ow,
So we
that was my
tried.
tooth.
We tried.
Mhm. I tried my best.
Tried
It
and we
was an
failed.
actual stress. But it's fine. I mean, maybe they've come back to the theatre since, maybe not ours, but maybe they've come back and been fine. Maybe the words did actually stick with the kids, you know? Because they were probably like, I mean, Les Mis isn't really a show that you just go and see, is it? Like, I feel like they must have been either doing drama. They were kind of 14, 15.
So old enough to
I
know
think.
better, but
Old enough to know better, for sure. Maybe they were doing drama at school, or like, maybe they went to some fancy drama school. You know, because you can get drama schools where it's like from 13 up. Like your secondary school is like a specialist, like the Brit school is. Isn't
Yeah.
it? So maybe. I mean, even more so, they should have known better, because like they're learning that subject, but whatever. Should we move on?
yes.
I'm just stressed now. I'm just thinking about it. So that just when that kid just picked up this massive bag of Doritos, I was like, oh no, that's what it was. Deary dear. Anyway,
What a time to be alive.
this week is a bit of a random one. We sort of got a bit of everything going on.
Yeah.
So first of all, we have some lyric mishaps. Oh, that was a big fly. We have some lyric mishaps.
Oh,
where
finally.
we've tried to film this so many times, where we've misheard basically what some lyrics have been. So I think that's my first one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in
Straight in.
Ex-Wives in 6, there's a lyric and it says, "We're taking you to court." And I didn't think it was this, obviously, but I didn't know what the heck it said. So I used to sing unicorns. 'Cause we're taking unicorns. Yeah.
Iconic.
So I still do sometimes, just for the lols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but here we are.
Oh, that's actually mine as well, technically.
Which
Kind of.
well, I'll
You can say
I'll
it,
go
it's
down.
fine.
Oh no, I'll go down to
Your one then.
yeah.
Okay.
So when someone gets hurt, what is it? I can't remember the lyric now.
'Cause it's our show.
Yeah.
Bum bum bum.
I thought it was shiitake mushrooms
He thought it was
rather than
because it's all
yeah, 'cause it's all rather than
I mean,
all
you can
show.
say it. We have sworn on the podcast. I mean, I have.
I'm not going to say that word.
You can say that word.
I don't-
Georgina said that word.
Did she?
Yeah.
Icon.
I label this as explicit now, so.
You actually
Yeah.
love that. I'm not
You
saying
said
it.
you basically
My mum
said it
listens to it, so I
earlier.
can't say it.
You basically said it earlier. You said like the fancier version of it.
Shiitake mushrooms.
No.
Hello.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, hello. Why do I always do that? Like circle the table. Oh,
You can have a fuss from me. Hello.
Sandy.
There's a Sandy. Hello.
Oh, you probably smell of dog.
I probably do.
That's
Hello.
why she's come over.
Come
Oh.
on, Sandy. Investigate Lottie.
Is it my turn? No, she's just. Hello. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. She didn't like me. You good?
See you later, mate.
Oh my god, that's such a well-trained dog.
Boy, girl.
It's a girl. Thank you, and you. Oh, that was so cute.
What a good dog.
What a good. That was such a well-trained dog. Jesus. Like as soon as he said down, she
Yeah.
like sat, and then he said down, and she was like. Anyway, yeah.
Crumbling.
Moving on. So, what bacon can do. There is a lyric that says, "What the walls come
Even
tumbling,
when the walls come
tumbling
tumbling
down." Can't get down there when I'm not actually singing properly. So, it's tumbling. I think Sarah Bareilles
Mr. Trick.
missed a trick on that one, because it could have been crumbling down, because it still works. The walls come crumbling down, but she's talking about pie.
So
So like
crumbling,
it could have
tumbling.
been so good, crumbling down, because it's like full of little
Pie puns.
pie puns, as it were. Vicky Manser added to her story. Just got that notification
Brilliant.
pop up. Oh, and
Did
another
I
one.
just do you stop?
Is that my one as well? Okay, so in Show Yourself from Into the Unknown? No, from Show Yourself in
Show yourself.
Frozen 2. The lyric is ready to learn, right?
Yeah.
I'm ready to learn. Ah.
Sure.
Sorry. Anyway, I thought it was Ready to Run. My little One Direction heart
Oh my god, yes.
was like, it's ready to run, and I was like, oh, no, it's not.
Your life is a lie.
Take it eye for an eye. Sorry, that's what that reminded me.
No.
Anyway, that is yours, so
Is
you
it?
can say that one. Can't wait a second.
Oh,
more
it's a whole lyric.
to
Bloody
get
hell.
my corset on the floor is the actual lyric in
Yeah.
what you want to do.
I know you want to do. It's the lyric. Can't wait a second more to get my corset on the floor. But it sounds very much like Cousin, and I was like, this is a weird
They're all,
lyric.
like, weird, aren't they? And ancestral.
Yeah, which does make sense because Anne Boleyn was her cousin.
That's what incest is.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
I'm just saying it makes sense with the lyric being that because
Cousin.
Anne Boleyn was her cousin.
Yeah, and then you're
This
like,
is
wait.
obviously Catherine Howard's song.
Yeah, and you're
uh,
like,
I was like, no. So I kind of listened to it and I was like, ooh, corset. No, I think I saw the show and I was like, oh, it's
Oh.
corset, not cousin.
Honestly, on cast recordings, don't know why I'm looking at that. I wanted to see how long we've been going, and I'm looking at the wrong phone.
31.
Fab. So, yeah, when you actually see shows,
They sometimes,
it's so much easier to actually tell what they're saying, because
As you can see their mouse going like, corset.
yeah, you can
rather than
figure out,
cousin.
because it like works more, because obviously you miss stuff. I mean, these songs are quite self-explanatory sometimes, but when you've not
Well,
got
especially
the
with the meaning,
script,
especially with the meaning of all you want to do. Like when I first heard it, I was like, "This is a banging song," and then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's
you
actually
were
a
like,
heartbreaking
oh,
song."
good God. Yeah, it is awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, it's a banging
Must
song.
be so hard to act, though.
So, I mean, it has to go through like all the emotions because it goes from
They're
like
all,
really
like,
happy to like
touching.
full on like depressed at the
Yeah,
end.
they're like touching her constantly because of the
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
All you want to do is
So,
touch me in the food.
no! Mark! God, we have young viewers.
We're explicit apparently, so who cares?
We're not made for kids. So the second
We used
little...
to be kids, but not made for kids.
Right. So
Anyway.
the second little doodah in this episode, a little bit,
Ooh,
ting tang, walla walla bing bang, is...
Movie musicals, part 2.
Yes, because we did that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that, and we
we've
were
got
like,
sidetracked
they're
on Les
definitely...
Mis.
Look, it was better than the first time we recorded it, okay?
True.
It was more composed.
True.
True. You were doing bruised, weren't you?
Yeah.
And gets bruised. No, that's used. When she's
Oh.
bruised, that's it. And gets used by radical love.
Anyway.
Movie musicals. So,
I'm gonna start with Grease Live. Banging film.
she's going straight in. I haven't actually seen
Oi, oi.
Grease Live. I
Um,
meant to watch Shrek before
you
we
were
did
let
this, and I
down.
haven't done it. He even lent it to me and everything. And
I can't believe you.
it's fine. I'll watch it. What was that?
Get me keys. We're going home.
Get me keys. Jesus. Carry on.
He won't
Sorry,
help you
that's an
now.
inside joke.
Uh, so Grease is a great show.
Grease Live though.
It's banging. So I'm not. To be fair, this is going to sound like heartbreaking, shocking to so many people around the world. But like, I don't really like the original film.
I've seen it
Oh.
once
Oh.
and it confuses me.
Okay. I just don't vibe. I just don't get it.
We had the Grease CD in my car though
Banging.
when I was younger.
It's great.
In
Like
my
it's
car,
it's
my
a,
mum's car.
it's a great film. I will happily watch it. It's just not great.
You just said it was
No,
great.
I don't like vibe with it.
The 80s was a weird time.
And like I just don't feel like they picked like the best actors to play the main roles.
Ooh, controversial.
Like obviously they're
Poor
like
Olivia Newton-John.
no, but obviously they're now really like famous and they're, like, you know, that's what they did. But back then it didn't really matter how
Do
good
you know
they
they
were.
were like 30 when they filmed Grease?
Wrong. But I
John
no,
Travolta and...
I'm saying that's wrong rather than
Oh,
that.
yeah, John Travolta
incorrect.
and Olivia Newton-John. I think they were both that age. Let me have a look. Hang on. I want to know now. Carry on
I'm
about
gonna
Grease
carry on.
Live, because
Cool.
I don't know much about it.
So anyway, Grease Live has a banging cast. To be fair, you got Aaron Tveit,
Aaron
who
Tveit.
plays
Who was in Les Mis?
Danny.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's better casting.
I know.
Whoa.
You've got what's her name?
Vanessa.
Olivia Huff.
Hoof.
She does like Dance with the Stars. She's like a really cool
So I'm just
actress
putting my
and
leg up for a
human.
second. A bit
And she played Sandy. You've got Vanessa Hudgens who played Rizzo.
Rizzo.
Great choice, I would say. You've got what else? Jordan Fisher who's in it. I can't remember who he
Ooh,
plays,
Whoa, he's ill.
but he plays someone. I forgot who plays. Anyway, And
Grease
Carly,
was filmed in 1977.
that's great.
That's older than I thought. Sorry, carry on.
Carly Rae Jepsen's in it. There's some original people from the original like Grease film that was in it. It's just a great film, to be fair. Like in it, like and Jessie J's like does the opening number.
Oh,
so
Jessie
it's just
J.
iconic.
She's so underrated.
Anyway, so it's just a great film, I would say. I really enjoy watching it. I've watched it like many times over as well. Like I really enjoy watching it.
Oh, that's good.
And like I just think they got the casting really well done. Vanessa Hudgens is like amazing in it. Bearing in mind the day before her dad died.
Oh God.
Like she went straight on. She was like, yeah, she's like, I'm doing
let's
it. So and like obviously Aaron Tveit great.
That song that she does is quite good. That's not in the original film.
There's
Pretty sure.
no, it's in the original film.
Is it?
There are things I could do. I'm good with a boy or two. Yeah.
Shows how much I know about Grease.
You're trash.
So Olivia
They
Newton-John.
wrote a song for Carly Rae Jepsen, who plays Frenchie.
Was that it? Oh. Olivia Newton-John was 28 when they were filming Grease,
That's
and
disgusting.
John Travolta was 23.
That's disgusting.
So it's a little bit of a gap, but not that bad. But that's like so much older than the characters are. They're
They're
meant to be like 16, 17, aren't they?
Anyway,
yeah.
but yeah, I would highly recommend watching Grease live. It's on Netflix, so
Is it?
No reason,
Oh,
there's no
I'm
reason not
trash.
to.
You know what? I have no plans for today. Maybe I'll do that.
There we go.
Moving swiftly onwards. Cats. We haven't actually seen
They
it.
haven't seen Cats, but Cats is really cool.
So
That happened.
Cats. There was a lot of mixed reviews. Some people loved it. My mum's friend loved it. She was like, oh, I love this. As in the new one that just came out with James Corden and all that. She was like, oh, I love it. I was like, oh, okay. But like, the cats had
It had
boobs
potential to be great. They had boobs and feet.
and feet.
Mm.
But did they have fingers or was it like paws?
Their paws.
Oh God. Oh dear. And like
And he also
some of
just
them were
did-
naked
also, like-
and some of them
Also,
weren't.
like, Rebel like took her. Rebel. It's the scene where Rebel took like her fur off and had another layer of fur underneath.
Ugh. The cast was insane. There were so many
Yeah.
people that I was like, oh my God. But like the only thing, I feel sad because apparently like the only thing really with like Rebel Wilson's character, the only thing about her was like they would just make a joke that she was like the fat one, like the fat cat, and it's like, but like
Actually, a skinny cat.
that's not.
Have you
very-
seen Rebel now? She's like a
she's,
skinny legend.
yeah, she's lost a load of weight since like Pitch Perfect 1, let's say, like quite because that's quite an old film and that's what I'm comparing it to. But like, it's just not. Oh, what have you done?
I have no idea.
Deary dear. But like it's just stupid that like that was like her only character's like the character's only trait, as it were.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, she's the fat one, so she's like the funny fat one. Which a lot of people have been getting up in arms about recently, being like, why can't we just cast people however like why does the like
The size of a person matter to the
yeah,
role.
but like why is there always the funny fat one? Why can't the like larger like the more curvy girls, let's say,
Have more like gravitas and
why
more
can't
like
they just
power
whoa, what was
behind
that word? Sorry.
gravitas, like more like gravity to the character, like someone like you really want to.
Whoa, that was a big word.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I
Like
did not know.
someone like you want to see play that role because they're like a badass. Like Carrie, like playing Veronica, such a badass.
Yeah, there was loads of
she's a
things
bit of a
people were
bigger,
like,
larger
oh,
lady.
she's big, she's too big to play Veronica. It's like,
But no,
shut
she
up.
has like the power behind her. She's like what you see in high school.
She was a bit more sassy than like Barrett Wilbur Weed, let's say, when Barrett did it like 5 years ago or whatever. She like Carrie was like a bit more sassy with that character. I was like, oh, go on,
Okay.
gal. Like you can tell even just like in the songs. I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, why does like a slightly larger like, okay, let's just say
But it's also a
not
stereotype we've made ourselves.
exactly.
Not like
But
a
like,
classic stereotype.
why does like a not stick thin person basically is what we're saying? Someone that's not stick thin. Why are they automatically the funny friend rather than the main character? Why? Why is that a thing? But yeah, anyway.
Because I'll say I'm the funny friend, and I'll say some of my larger friends are like the badass ones.
Exactly. I mean, I'm hilarious. I'm joking. Anyway, not having a go at people that are like smaller and are getting main roles.
Oh no, not at all. Like,
But then they would never be cast as the funny one, and maybe they want to be the funny one.
yeah.
And maybe like the more curvier people want to be the main one, but maybe they want to be the funny one. But then
I think it just depends, really.
it's just annoying when it's like the default in films, for example. They're like, let's cast Rebel Wilson as that one because that's the funny character.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you know, I mean, she's not like
And she also is like a kind of a comedian. Like her acting style is.
she is a
comedic.
comedian, which makes sense. She
So,
is
like,
actually a comedian. Like
yeah,
she's done live
I
shows
think
and
so.
stuff, isn't she? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But the casting was
She
insane.
also
like,
got a law degree as well, but like that's.
what the frick,
She was in a film recently with Anna.
Kendra?
No,
Oh,
The one that was in Les Mis.
Hathaway.
Anna?
Oh, Anne Hathaway.
That's it.
Oh, I think
Um,
I saw that. It
and
was so good.
It's a great film. Anyway, it was meant to be like a 12, and she was like, no, it's a PG. There's nothing that makes it a 12, because there was two women basically. She was like, no.
It's a PG, and they were like, what? And she's like, yeah, have a law degree. I
So
can
she like
do this one.
she like went to the court and she like got it lowered down to a PG rather than a 12.
That's insane. Because obviously you're going to get more people go if it's
More than
a
go, 'cause-
PG.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's totally like
Yeah, I didn't watch it
reasonable.
and go like.
yeah, it's totally like reasonable, totally fine.
I mean, Hamilton's on Disney Plus, and that literally
like,
swears.
it is a 12
What's-
plus,
Oh,
so it's fine.
they cut out some of the swearing, and then
I'm not
what
going
even
for that.
was that? We said it. I think we might have said it briefly.
They
but I
bleeped out
don't.
swear words that weren't even swear words, and they bleeped out like the actual like F-bomb. They just
They were just like, let's leave that in.
they're just like,
Didn't they beep out the S bomb?
no, some of them just kept in, but the ones that were like bastard, they sometimes cut them out. And you're like, but that's like the most tame there is.
That's
compared to,
actually
like,
a word. That's not even just a swear word. That's an actual word to describe someone that was born out of wedlock. Did you know
it's a
that?
mess, yes.
Okay, just checking. You looked a bit like, what?
No, just because there's so
I
much coming out of
am-
you. You are a bastard. We
I
always
am.
knew.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Cats we haven't actually seen, but
Trash.
we
Cool.
do.
Anyway,
No, but I do want to see it. I do want to see it just to see. Maybe we'll watch that in Bath. We won't watch Les Mis. We keep saying this. We're like, no, we're not going to watch Les Mis. Let's watch that instead. And we're like, no, we need to watch
I
Les
don't
Mis.
wanna watch Les Mis.
You said we can just drink Baileys and have a whale of a time.
True. Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. Still
Freaky
haven't seen
Friday.
it. What are we talking about? The musical movie, like
The
Freaky
one that's on
Friday?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's banging.
I'm
It's
trash.
not as good as the actual musical, but it's banging. Savage.
There's two films of like the original film.
Yes.
as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, this is we're talking about the musical
Two
because
movies.
also the one that actually has
I'm
music in
trash.
it.
At least I've seen that one and that one.
Correct.
I can talk about the other ones.
Brilliant. So Freaky Friday, great. It's a great show. Like I recommend listening to the cast recording so much.
Sorry, I just got a message from my mum. Sorry.
She okay?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's good. I'm gonna reply whilst you're doing that.
Fabulous. So like it's a very good film. I reckon the songs in the cast recording, like on the Broadway cast
The
recording,
cast
are
recording
so
is
much
pretty
better.
good. Oh wait, is it different songs in the movie then?
There's some of the same songs, but cut out some of like the bigger songs and the more meaty songs.
What's that one? Sorry, I don't know if it's in the movie or not. The one. Oh, I'm gonna find it. Carry on.
Cool. But the cut of some of the songs, I don't really like the casting in it. I mean, obviously it makes sense because the girl that's actually playing like a 16-year-old is almost 16, so that makes sense.
That's good. Busted. I like that song.
That was not in
Busted.
it.
Oh, that's
That
not in
was
the movie.
definitely not in the movie.
That's such a
They
good.
cut out like half that storyline.
That's such a good song.
Yeah.
Song.
You're busted, dear mother. Anyway, so yeah, I enjoyed it. It just wasn't as good as the musical, and I was slightly disappointed. But obviously, it's a great film as well. Like the Freaky Friday films are actually like banging.
The like original films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a
Have
great
you seen
story.
the original one before the Lindsay Lohan one?
No.
It's actually alright. I think it's a lot older. I think it was sort of the 80s, 90s. I don't know. And then you've got the one with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan that was like 2004, I want to say. Something like that. This dog is coming at us. We've had all the dogs today. Oh no, she's gone.
Anyway.
Okay. But yeah, they're both good films. And it's on Disney Plus, did you say? Don't know why.
Yes. Because it's a musical, and it's a Disney musical. It's
Oh
Disney.
yeah, they're both Disney, aren't they? Oh my
You
god.
knob.
Who would have thought? Lindsay Lohan, Disney.
What a world.
Oh, the dog's. She's still here.
Very fat dog.
Honey Boo.
Anyway, you can do Ren or
Yeah, I
Little
will
Shop.
do
I
Ren.
just
I'll do both.
I'll
Well, we
help
can
you
both
out,
do both.
but-
So, Ren, I've only seen once, I think. You're the worst.
Sorry, I don't really
Rent,
know
I've only seen once. It's pretty good. I mean, Rent kind of goes over my head a bit. I think I need to watch it again. But I did lend the DVD to someone and I've never got it back. So I should probably go to the charity shop today and buy it because it's always there. Are you okay, little dog? Are you like about to throw up? He doesn't look very good.
He doesn't. He looks
Looks like-
lost. Anyway, should we carry on?
Bless. So Rent, yeah,
Float in the
I
brambles.
think I've only seen it once, and it goes a bit over my head. But I have to say, Idina Menzel
Icon.
and the other one. Who's the other one? The one that she sings a duet with.
Oh, I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Oh no, we are the worst. We need to actually.
Why are you eating brambles, you crazy dog?
Dogs eat brambles and grass when they're not feeling very well.
It
So,
it gives them like
helps them out.
the stuff they're missing in the
One
diet.
song. Glory, not that one.
But I kind of prefer the live cast recording rather than
Tracy Tom.
I don't know. But I kind of prefer the live cast recording apart from any song that Maureen sings.
I think that Seasons of Love is better on the original with Idina Menzel, like from the film.
Oh yeah, but like
I listen to the film version.
I mean, I just love Jordan Fisher, so that's why I listen to that one.
Ah, that makes sense. Hello, dog. Oh Jesus, we'll just leave him to it. Yeah, I do need to see it again.
I'm gonna get.
It's
whacked.
not like my favourite.
It's not like one of the standout shows in your life, is it?
Rent is like such a big show though. Everyone's like, oh, Rent. It's like classic. Like,
Oh bloody hell!
God.
Mate. I think when that show came out, it had such gravitas behind it, and it was just a very
You
important.
love that word now, don't you? Gravitas. It is an important story. As like, it does show some like.
But also, when it came out, it was
Like
showing you what was
things.
going on in America at that time, and
Yeah.
putting it in a kind of pretty, not a prettier fashion, but in a very like real
But like,
way as
you
well.
know that any person that likes theatre, as in like a theatre kid, you hear
I
that
was
first.
watching James Corden doing carpool karaoke with a load of Broadway people, and the second
Yeah.
like they had the dun.
That's what I was
dun,
just gonna.
diddle,
It's, like,
dun,
it's not
dun,
even that.
dun.
It's just. That's it. That's all you have to play for a theatre kid to go. You know, just that one note. It doesn't even need to be the whole like thing. Like,
Where's your owner, mate?
that's another dog.
Whoa, I thought the dog had lost weight all of a sudden.
The owner's there. He's just waiting. So yeah, you just have to play that one note for anyone to, because Rent is like iconic.
Yeah.
It's just not my favourite. Beth likes it. Beth loves Rent. She's like,
Brilliant.
yes, Rent, and I'm
I
like,
don't stand it.
great. It's
I don't
also
stand it,
quite
but I
a
also
long
don't.
film.
I don't. Yeah. Well, it was a musical, and it was the film.
Eh?
And the musical came first, and the film came
Yeah,
afterwards.
obviously.
And
I just mean
the film had like pretty
film-wise,
much
which
the
is
same
what-
cast as the musical did.
Like film-wise, what I've seen is what I've seen. I haven't seen Rent, like on stage. I've seen Rent the film.
Fair enough. But yeah,
It's just quite long,
very much so.
but it's fine. It's okay.
Anyway,
Little shop of horrors. You know what? I watched this for the first time this year. Don't at me, okay? I am the worst. I'm the worst theatre kid you'll ever see because I'm like, no, I haven't seen that. Stage-wise, seen quite a lot. Film-wise, not much.
I've seen the film once, but I did the actual
You
the
did,
stage
so
show
you know the
version,
story
so
very
I
well.
know it inside
So
out.
I saw Rocky Horror for the first time this year. I saw Little Shop of Horrors for the first time this year. All the horror ones. Not musicals. Oh no, I saw Ghost for the first time this year, which obviously turned into a musical. Not musicals. I saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off and The Breakfast Club for the first time this year. Don't hate on me, okay? I'm just trashed with watching films. Our managers at the Sundome were like, oh my god. Like, I have a list. There's a fly. I have a 4-page, like 4 sides of A4 of films that I still need to watch, that the managers were like, you need to watch this, that I did, like classics that I just have not seen.
You were let down.
I'm the worst. But Little Shop is so good. Like, I'd listened to it before and I vaguely knew the story, because when I listen to a new cast recording, I say new, when I listen to a cast recording that I haven't seen, I read the synopsis. Like a rough one. I don't want to know all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
I do want to watch the show or like see the film. I feel like that was the wrong way around. See the show or watch the film. There we go. But the Little Shop's so good. That dentist, I just like lost it when that scene. I was just like, whoa, what is going on?
Because I am your dentist.
Yes. But it's just good. Oh, it's just so good. It's just so
it's
good.
It's a good show, to be fair. I really enjoy it.
I would want to go see that.
Yes. I really want to see Rocky Horror as well.
Am I being really dumb or did... Ariana Grande. I was like, she wasn't in it. She sang Suddenly Seymour with someone,
Yeah.
didn't she?
Yeah, in a car.
In a car with that guy. She sang it with her brother once as well, like in a home video
Yeah.
or something. You have a little story about Suddenly Seymour, don't you?
Do I?
Yeah, you do. From work.
Oh, we don't talk about that. But
We don't talk about that apparently.
it was one time I was going to the manager's office, like put some cash in from like selling, and they were just in their office. Just they usually
were,
are
like,
they
fully belting
usually are like having a little tune out, little like
They always listen to music in that office.
yeah. So sometimes they're singing, sometimes they're not. But I
But they
came in
fully-
and they were full on like I like tapped my pass on the door and I was just gonna open it. I just said, "Suddenly Seymour."
Because there's like
And I was
two
like,
doors, so you have the one that you tap your pass on and then their actual office door. So you went through the first one and you just heard them like going for it and suddenly see one and you were like, do I go in? Do I
So
not?
I kind of knocked on the wall being like, "Gimme!" And they're like, oh. And I was like, "Hey, yeah."
Did they find it really awkward?
No, that's right.
Oh.
I I kind of made it like, I was like, it's a really great song. And they were like, I know. And I was like, here's my cash.
Okay,
And
have
then
my
walked
cash,
out.
bye. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
How iconic.
I know. I honestly was like,
I
what do I
love.
do now? And I'm
See,
like,
this is why our managers was just great. They were just theatre trash like us. It's just
although
the
when
best.
Miss McCarthy was listening to
Miss McCarthy, who are you?
when she was listening to Rocket Man,
Oh,
she lost it.
she loves
The
that.
other times I
doesn't
was in
she?
her office and she just had Rocket Man on. She was like,
She loved that film, didn't she? Oh, no, she didn't love the film. She liked.
She
what's
liked
his
Taron
face?
Egerton.
Yeah.
then it was playing in the background whilst I was in there talking about a certain someone.
Ooh,
It was a great time. Me and her were just like,
having a jam out to that
I
whilst
was like- I was
talking
just
about
like,
some
we're
things.
talking about it, and I was like, just sorry, just give me a second. I
That's
just
a
like,
good.
listen to this.
That's a good therapy session. That.
Literally, me and her were just like,
Woo! I love
anyway,
it.
and then I went back to Les Mis. Anyway,
Not Les Mis. Oh wait, you went back to Les Mis.
You
oh.
did.
I was like, we're not talking about Les Mis this week.
I had to go sit in and watch Stars. 'Cause I'm so good.
Stars.
I know, because
In
that's the second
their
act.
multitude.
No, oh no, what it was empty chairs because someone really hated empty chairs.
Empty table. I love empty chairs.
I do
Stars is
too.
the one I don't like. It lights up the whole auditorium.
Someone really hated empty chairs on our front of house too.
Why? Just
Yeah,
because
really hated it.
I don't.
So
okay, I
whenever
don't.
he was on, I always swap out with him and watch.
I
that
don't
song
hate
so they could
Stars.
get back in.
I think what it is, we're just back on Les Mis. Stars is one of those ones. It's not even the song. The song's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just I think when I'm sat in Stars is always the point where I look at my watch and I go, oh, there is so much more of Act 1 to go. Like we are nowhere near.
Yeah, it's always that point. You're like, oh, we're almost there. You're like, no.
No, we've still got so long. And like when you're having to stand, because sometimes there's more people in the auditorium than there's seats, because there's like 3 usher seats or 2 usher seats, whatever.
There's 3 in the Grand and there's 2 in the rest of the places.
Yeah. So I'm like,
But there has to be 4 in the Grand, which is really annoying.
yeah, so there has to be 4 people in the ground, but there's 3 seats. Yeah, like someone will end up standing up for the whole of Act 1 or the whole of Act 2.
The first night, I literally was going up and down the stairs. There's 4 of us in there.
But then when you sit down, you like feel like you're gonna fall asleep because it's so dark.
Also, all those chairs are like not right. Slip
Whoa.
off, like, ooh.
The one in the ground squeaks. It's so bad.
Oh, it's so
anyway,
I used to sit on the floor on the sun, that chair. Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors
Cool. Let's end it.
is amazing. That's pretty much it.
Cool. Let's end it really quick. Cool.
So, was
It's
that
gonna
it?
be really awkward, I
Are we
think.
good?
Or should we
Oh,
just
he's like
wait?
trekking through the woods.
Great. Do we like
So we
wait
just-
a minute?
just- I don't know.
Is there anything else you want to say?
How long have
missed
we been
anything?
going, love? Because
53.
oh, okay, I won't do the other thing then. I'll
Well,
just...
no, what was it?
No, the
Oh, it's
the thing I had in my phone, but it
doesn't.
doesn't matter. Ew.
I'm really sorry, that was gross.
You're going.
Oh, question marks on.
Yeah, I don't know if that's happening on that day though.
What is the track? Oh, they're cute.
There's loads of them.
What's one of them got a muzzle on his mouth?
I don't know.
That's iconic.
Do we need to clap? I feel like we need to clap.
Let's wait a minute and we can clap.
Can you find out what the time is?
53. Almost 54.
That's backwards.
That's 35 now.
Whatever. Okay. So we're back. That's going to sound really weird. That's why I've said we're back, because we had to cut a little bit because someone walked over to the table. So yeah, that was a bit of a mishmash of an episode, but
I
it
felt-
filled
I
in
finally
enough time,
enjoyed.
so like that was good. We have been waiting to do lyric mishaps for so long because we filmed an episode with it in, and then we talked for so long about the like the main part of the episode that we were like, we need to cut that out. So we re-recorded the whole episode.
That was the Hamilton episode.
That was the
when we
that was the
originally filmed
Hamilton one, yeah. And then we were saving lyric mishaps for something else that didn't happen. So then I was finally like, you know what? We're just putting it in something else.
So we did it.
So we've finally done it. And Movie Musicals Part 2, great fun. There
Honestly, it's
probably
worth
will be a
talking about.
Part 3, let's be real.
There's so many
At
movie
some point,
musicals.
there's
I
so
could already think of so many more.
that we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah. It's the greatest show.
Oh god. Did we talk about that?
No. Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
we did, but I don't know if we actually did.
We might have muted that one back.
I might not have actually just said about that.
Oh, right, cool.
Anyway, we'll
So-
do a part 3. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed hope you enjoyed last week's episode. Sorry for the outro. We got a bit overwhelmed. We didn't film an
Oh.
outro. We had to like record
it was a
an
mess.
outro
It was
like
funny.
audio, but
Yeah.
it was great. Oh, that was such a good episode.
It was.
Let us know if you enjoyed that, and
If you're excited for more guests,
yeah, who you want to see, and look out on the socials because we're always posting like little question boxes and stuff. I'm really sorry. Also, I realised in the episode before I said I was going to put a question box on the Instagram to ask questions for Georgina that I was going to say, and I totally forgot to put that question box on. I'm really sorry. So next guest, I will make sure that I put a box on the Instagram to say any questions for so and so, whoever we have on. And yeah, I mean we asked her enough. It was a good length episode. It was a good length episode. Like I wanted to do like fan questions, as it were, but like whatever.
what can we do?
So yeah, see you next week, I guess. Stay safe. Let's
Yeah.
hope not for another lockdown,
Oh,
because
please,
theatres are
Jesus.
finally almost coming back, and I just don't want to do that.
I'm not gonna be good. Alright, cool. I don't
Okay.
for that.
Stress.
Bye.
Bye.